Hey everybody, it's Jer. I want to do a video and just be really raw and talk about things that are sometimes hard to talk about, things that I talk about pretty often, but most people look at in a negative way. A lot of people look at a negative way. I won't say most people. A lot of people look at in a negative way. In the gay world, and I think in the straight world too, in humanity even, it is kind of frowned upon to talk about challenges, to talk about depression, or to talk about being male and being sexually assaulted, to talk about PTSD or mental or emotional illness. Those things, sadly, oftentimes are looked at as being things that men shouldn't go through. Men don't go through that. We're manly. We man up and we just handle life. And then I think whenever we do that, for one, we are suppressing whatever it is that we face, like our own emotional and mental breakdowns and struggles. But then also, we are telling others that you shouldn't talk about this. You shouldn't be open and honest about this. And you're weird or you're feminine if you talk about this. This is like a womanly thing. This is a feminine thing, or a thing that we shouldn't talk about because we're men. We just muscle through and push through because we're men and we're manly, and that's wrong. That's wrong. For one, it should not be anybody's goal to be manly or masculine. Just be yourself. And being yourself should also include handling your struggles and talking about your struggles and working through your struggles. Another piece of that is that a lot of people in the gay world, a lot of guys in the gay world, will take advantage of someone who has been put in a position where they are struggling, whether it be emotionally, mentally, physically, financially. They will see somebody that is vulnerable. Someone who is vulnerable, and they'll think, oh, this is my shot. And they will attack and manipulate. And that has to stop. I say that because I experienced it. I've experienced it multiple times where I will be in a vulnerable position. Take, for instance, where I was sexually assaulted. I had left a company for what I thought was a better opportunity, to make more money, to make more of myself, to be able to do more of what I wanted to do, travel and meet people and make more money and have health care and all of that. But with how the company I was going to structured their training, we weren't paid for training. And because of that, I was put in a position where someone had control over my future. And that person took advantage of that, and sexually assaulted me. And then the company, whenever it was reported to them, decided to not act, which made me feel even more vulnerable and less than, and like my well-being didn't matter. And all of that together, I suppressed it for as long as I could, and then I couldn't anymore, and I broke. And the outcome was PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, which some people think of as only being tied to having served in the military, which I also served in the military, and having traumatic experience in the military. I didn't have a traumatic experience in the military, but it is exactly what it says, post-traumatic. So like you have a traumatic experience, and this is a mental, emotional disorder that comes after the fact, and it is a struggle. It's a big struggle. For me, the result of PTSD has been, I've ended up having to get on medication because, and whenever I'm not on the medication, I have nightmares about that situation, how the company handled that situation, and that person that did this to me. It really messed me up. And then depression, it was like just something snapped in me, and to where like I struggle with feeling inferior and like less than and not important, and like I can't pick myself up and move forward, and it's hard. It's difficult. And I have days whenever it's really great, where I'm great, and like I have a vision for the future and I'm working towards it, I have the drive to do it. But then I have days that I don't, and I just can't. Like I feel like I can't. Even being on the medication for depression and PTSD, like it still is very up and down, up and down. And yes, you should have emotions, and emotions are normal, and struggles in life is normal. Like you have challenges, but they shouldn't be extreme. Like you shouldn't have extreme ups and downs and, bad thoughts, like to where you don't know if you can continue. Like that's not acceptable. Like you have to work through that. And I am. And part of that struggle, whenever it first happened, was, and even now, has been, what can I do to get back on and up? And a lot of times I turn to sugar and bad eating habits that make me feel good in the moment, but overall I don't. And I've had weight gain because of that situation, because of feeling the need to turning to food that makes me feel good in that moment, or like a lot of sugar that makes me feel good in that moment. And it's similar to like being addicted to a drug, or being addicted to, smoking, cigarettes, whatever it be. In that, like you get to where you are addicted to that feeling, and it is the thing that lifts you up, but it's only for the moment. And so you have to break that. And the first step of that is realizing that you've had a problem. And I have had a problem. Since I fell into depression and PTSD, I have had a problem where, for one, it's been one thing layered on top of another. And so it starts with the depression and PTSD, and then it's a vicious cycle, because you will be depressed, have the PTSD, and then in order to get above that, in that you become less active, because you just can't. You just don't. Like in that, without the medication, I just wanted to sleep all day. I wanted to stay in my room, stay in bed. I didn't feel like I had a purpose. I felt like nobody cared. I felt like the company I was working for, that I had given up so much for, didn't give one shit about me or my life. And everything, I lost everything. And I couldn't do anything. And then some people stepped in that I trusted, that I ended up trusting, and like basically they made me feel like they were going to be there all along. And then those same people recently just like left. They got what they wanted, and they did something that they shouldn't have, and then they left. And so that was a hit recently, to where I just was like, what? But I also believe in karma, and I know that karma will take care of them. Like, I have got to focus on myself, still getting in the best place I can be, and that is what I'm doing. But you get to where like you don't have the drive to even just get out of bed. Then once you see a doctor and you get on medicine, get on medication, it helps. It doesn't solve all the world's problems. It doesn't fix everything, but it helps you to where you can have some focus to where, okay, I can baby step this. I'm gonna make it through today. I'm gonna make it through tomorrow. I'm gonna make it through this week. Make it through this month. And then gradually you just are like, okay, one thing at another. And you start to conquer small things. So I conquered small things in that I was at rock bottom. Like, I lost everything other than my car. So like, I lost a place to stay, ended up living in my car. And I had to figure out things that gave me hope, and something that gave me a drive, something to look forward to. And so, as you all know, I traveled across the US and I met people, and that gave me drive, and that was something to live for. And then now I'm back in Orlando, staying at a friend's place. Like, as you all know, like, he was actually here, but he is left. He is traveling himself now. But so it has been one step forward, like another step forward. And then now, like part of the conquering challenges is realizing where problems are. And so in being here and kind of being in like a stable environment, like, I realized that I've gained weight and I've been eating really horrible, and I haven't been as active as I should. So I'm gradually working to become more active. It is a struggle in itself, because whenever I lost everything, I don't have like running shoes and athletic shoes to be able to work out in. So now the next step is getting athletic shoes so I can actually be active again. And once I'm active, then that kind of like being active, like whenever you're in the depression, like, you don't think, oh my God, I'm going to go out and run. You think, I'm just going to sleep. I'm going to eat stuff that makes me feel good in the moment, and then I'm going to sleep. But now I'm in a place where, like, okay, I know that being active gives me a hype. Like, I start to feel better. And so I'm going to gradually start to work on being active again. And as I work to be active, the eating stuff that's not great for me, hopefully I can start to bring that down. And in theory, like, you can say, oh, I can just give up everything and cold turkey and I'm going to be on my way. It doesn't work that way. At least it doesn't work that way for me. Maybe it works that way for you. It doesn't work that way for me. So gradually, like, more active, do more walking, then eventually get running shoes, and, start working out again. I can't go to gym because that's something else. This coronavirus has been an issue, because I don't trust going to gyms yet. And so I'm going to have to figure out other ways to stay active and to build up my muscle mass again and get back to where I was. And it isn't to please other people or to be eye candy or whatever. It's for me, because I want to feel good, and feeling good for me was whenever I was most active, and I had like that balance. So it's just baby stepping, but it starts with realizing that there's a problem. And so I'm going to gradually start to bring down the eating bad stuff, bring up the staying active, working out again, regaining my muscle capacity and rebuilding muscle and go from there. And so this is kind of me. This is my, what is it called? Whenever people sit down and tell someone that they have an issue. I can't think of the word, but it is like my own intervention. It is my own intervention and saying, okay, you've got these issues. You are now gradually getting in a better place. You're in a better place. And it's time to take responsibility, self-responsibility, and work to better yourself back up. These bad things happen to you. Yes, they happen to you, but they don't control you. They don't control who you are. They happened. You went through the bad part of it. Now it's time to turn around, learn from this experience, make yourself better, get out of a vulnerable position where people sometimes feel like they can take advantage of you. And I have lost people in my life. And it sucks because I have people that come in and then they're gone. And that's another thing is I already struggle with, is it attachment issues? Not attachment issues, abandonment issues. I struggle a lot with abandonment issues. So whenever I have people that are coming in and it seems like they're solid and they're going to stick around and then they're gone, that messes my whole world up. And it affects future relationships because I'm less likely to let people in because I don't want to go through that experience again. And I've recently had people that, like I said, they come in and they're there and it seems like they're stable and they're a part of my life and then they're gone. And I'm tired of being the person that has to, especially with where I'm at in life right now, with these struggles and challenges, I'm tired of being the person that has to reach out and keep a relationship or a friendship going. I can't do it. I don't have the emotional fortitude to do it right now. I just don't. Throughout all my life I have, but I don't have that anymore. And if people come and go, I'm just like, okay, I'm done. If they want to be a part of my life, cool, come back into my life. I am not going to put in the extra effort to make that work. I'm not, because I don't have it in me to do. But I'm making this video for one, to admit I have a problem, admit that I need to work on myself. Yes, bad things happen, but we move forward to a better me. We, together, us, we all move forward to a better us. Realize we have an issue, work to fix it. Work to fix it. And I understand that not everybody, and this is a sad part of America, this is a sad part of the US, not everybody has insurance. Not everybody has health care. And you can say, oh, well, they can get Medicare or Medicaid or whatever. Not every state offers that. Florida doesn't. Whenever I was unemployed and didn't have insurance, I tried getting on Medicaid, Medicare, Obamacare. Wasn't possible. It's not offered. Obamacare was offered, but you had to pay so much for insurance. But because I didn't make anything, I didn't have any money, they didn't fine me for not having insurance. But yeah, so I am a proponent. I am for healthcare for all. I don't know if it's Medicare for all or for which program is best, but I do feel like every single person in the US should be able to seek medical care if they need it, regardless if it's psychiatric help, seeing a psychiatrist because of mental issues, or if it's physical help and seeing a doctor because of an emergency or some other issue, or it be vision care or dental care, whatever it happens to be. I am for anytime you need medical assistance, Anytime you need to see a doctor for anything, I am for that being free. And I'm for that being covered by tax dollars that are paid in, not by the middle class, but by the rich that have worked continuously to avoid taxes, to avoid paying their fair share. I am for that. I am 100% for that. I may not have been 100% for Bernie because I didn't feel like he necessarily had a plan, and I don't want to get into politics with this, but I am for people being able to get medical care without having to go bankrupt. And I'm for that being covered because not everybody has the same opportunity to become a billionaire or a millionaire, or have hundreds of thousands of dollars in their bank. Not everybody has that opportunity in the US. Not everybody in the world has that opportunity. And I feel like because some people don't have the same opportunity as everyone else, I feel like medical care should be something that is covered, that is provided by tax dollars that are paid for by the rich. Anyway, I'm off that. I'll be off the tangent. So I understand that not everybody has the opportunity to be able to see a psychiatrist and get on medication. And if you can't, then do exercises, do work without self-prescribing, which is part of that is the eating too much sugar, eating unhealthily because it makes you feel good in the moment, or doing drugs because it makes you feel good in the moment. And when I say drugs, I mean like cocaine or, whatever, like hard drugs, or smoking or whatever. I am saying to find online like breathing exercises and stuff, do stuff that makes you feel good, get outdoors and work through this. And I know that's very, very challenging. I know it's challenging because it's challenging for me and I'm on medication and I have seen psychiatrists. And so I know it's tough, but we got this. I believe we have this together. And I don't think that my road ahead is going to be easy. But the first step to it is saying, you know what? I have a problem. This is my problem. It's unhealthy. It isn't hurting anybody else. It's not hurting the guy that sexually assaulted me. It's not hurting the company that let this happen without responding to a complaint. It's not hurting them. It's not hurting your abusers. It's not hurting the people that have openly tried to take advantage of your vulnerability. It's not. It's hurting you. And so, stop. And as easy as that sounds, it's not easy. And it's not going to be easy for me, like I said. But I'm committing to the first step, which is realizing that I have a problem. I have gained weight. I have eaten unhealthy, and I haven't been as active physically as I should be. And I can come up with excuses for it. And yes, there are good excuses for it. Corona and living in my car and, but I'm in a place now where I can face off against this and I can realize that I have these issues and start to gradually work through step by step things that I can fix with my health, with finances, with life. And because all this stuff, all the negative stuff now that I can address gradually, and maybe I can't get running shoes right away, but I can go on walks and still be kind of active. Maybe I can't cut out the sugar all the way yet. Maybe it's going to take a little bit. Like it's not something I can quick cold turkey, but it's something that I can do gradually. And it's something you can do gradually and you should do gradually. Don't let your abusers, don't let the people who have hurt you win by giving up on life, by giving up on the best version of you. You still have a purpose. You still have a reason to live. And even if you don't realize it right now, you have a reason to live. There's a reason you are here. There's a reason I am here. Find those reasons. There's more than one. Find those reasons, even if it's something very, very small. Find the reasons gradually. Find the things to be grateful for. because there's a lot to be grateful for still, even if life's just really sucky right now. And for a lot of people right now with everything going on, it is. Find reasons to live. Find reasons to thrive. Find reasons to be the best version of yourself possible. Your biggest victory, my biggest victory, is going to come whenever I'm gradually, step by step, becoming more stable, becoming more balanced. Because I know I have it in me, just like you have it in you. Those will be my victories. Whenever I can overcome, the diet issues and the physical issues and start to say, you know what? I have reason to live. I want to write a book. Reason to live. I want to travel. I want to get married. I want to have a family. Reasons to live. Are they going to happen overnight? No. But they are reasons, they are goals for you to live. Whatever it may be for you. For me, that's mine. Family. A book. Writing books. Storytelling. Those are my reasons to live. Find your reasons to live and push forward through these challenges. Whatever they may be, whatever it is that you're facing. It can be much worse than whatever I've gone through. It can be much easier than whatever I've gone through. But whatever your challenges are, face them. And baby steps. Baby steps. Baby steps. Because it's not going to happen overnight. And if you think it's going to happen overnight, you're going to push forward and try to do it overnight. And then whenever you're not there tomorrow, you're going to get frustrated and it's going to slow you even further down. Realize that it's a gradual process. For me, it's a gradual. Maybe you can wake up and be like, okay, I'm done. This is going to change. Whatever. But if you can't, then don't be discouraged. Little thing by little thing by little thing until those steps become bigger and you are where you want to be. And you should never be completely where you want to be because there should always be more goals. There should always be another step, something else for you to be living for. Once you reach this goal, once I write a book, okay, I've written a book, I've written a novel. Let's write a screenplay, or let's write a book of short stories, or whatever it happens to be. Like, I know that there's more steps after that. I know that long term there's more goals than the current goal. So you're going to reach, I believe in you, like I believe in myself, to reach whatever your goals are. I believe in you to do that. We're going to do this together. And that is part of sharing what I'm going through. And like I said, there are going to be people that are like, oh, you shouldn't ever think about your negatives. You should never think about your challenges. You shouldn't focus on your challenges. That's not manly. That's not masculine. Screw them. Because we are people. We are human beings. We have flaws. We have challenges. We have struggles. And being open about those struggles, realizing those struggles in ourselves, realizing whatever our challenges are, is the first step to be able to conquer those challenges. And you may not get on a video and talk about it. You may not talk about it to anybody, but realizing that you have those struggles is the first step. Then face those struggles, those challenges, overcome them, and be the best person you can be for you. Not for everybody else, because everyone else may not be there tomorrow. Like I said, along my journey, I've had people that have come in my life and then gone away. Come in my life and gone away. People that I trusted in have come in and I trusted them and then they went away. That is part of life. And so don't depend on doing this for them. Do this for you. Okay, this could have been like 3 videos. Sorry. Well, actually, I'm not sorry. I wanted to have this open discussion with myself, I guess. But also, I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to be open about this. And so, because it's important. It is very important to me. And I think it's important to others to know that, hey, I'm not the only one going through something like this. They're not. I'm going through challenges too. And I wish that more people would open up, but it's not right for everybody to open up. I know that. But I do wish that more people would open up about the challenges they face, because I think sometimes people make it somewhere, like famous people, actors, or people, like as far as like physical, like Maybe people become athletes, or they become famous for whatever, and you don't always get to see the journey to that point. And the journey to that point, I think a lot of times is absolutely what they built off of and how they got to where they are. But we don't see that. We just see the fame part, and we see them making it, and we think, oh, well, that happened overnight. It doesn't happen overnight for anybody, I don't think. I think it takes work, and it takes facing these challenges, but you don't always see that part of it. So you don't know the struggle. And I wish that more people openly talked about their struggle on their journey while they're in it, and shared that as they were moving. I think it would help a lot of people, and probably save lives even. I do believe that. Okay, that's all I got. If you watched all this way through, thank you so much. I really do believe in you. I believe in myself. I believe in myself to beat the weight struggle that I'm having. I believe in myself to gain my muscle back. I believe in myself to get in a place that's more balanced and more stable. And this isn't necessarily the first step, because you guys have seen the first step, but this is a big step to conquering this and to getting to a better place for me, and to getting to those goals, a family and writing a book, which I'm already working on. And it's just it's slow, but I believe in myself and I believe in you. I really do. I believe in, if you're watching this, I believe in you to achieve your goals, to achieve whatever it is you set out for. It's possible, and we'll overcome this stuff together. And I'll share more along my journey as I have struggles, or we have wins, or whatever it happens to be. I will share, like I always have. But don't listen to people. Don't listen to people who tell you that you shouldn't be open, or you shouldn't. But also, don't listen to people that tell you that you shouldn't be open because it's a feminine thing, or whatever. You're not masculine, you're not manly because you talked about a sexual assault, or whatever it happens to be. Don't listen to those people, but also realize that there are people in this world that there's two kinds of people that are watching for your vulnerabilities. There are people that watch for your vulnerabilities so they can take advantage of you. They do exist. Keep your eyes open for them. But then there are also people that watch for your vulnerability because they want to be there for you, that really care and really love you and want the best for you. Those people are priceless. And I've had those people just as much as I've had the people that were waiting for my vulnerability to be able to step in and say, okay, we're going to take advantage of this. And yeah, they tried. So realize that there's those two people, and hopefully you get more of the people that see your vulnerability and say, you know what, I need to help him. Nothing expected in return. I'm going to help him or her to get better, because I would want that for me. And I hope that I can be eventually in that place again, to where I can see vulnerable people that are hurting, and actually step in and say, I don't expect anything back. I just want to help you. I want you to succeed in this. I want this to help you succeed. So, okay, that is all I got. If you, please don't take advantage of this. This is not a message me. Like I said, don't message me seeing my vulnerable moment, or seeing me being open and think, oh, well, this is my chance to get in with him, because it's not going to work. Well, unless I'm attracted to you, but that's probably, I don't see that working. So feel free to send me an email if you want. It is Jer at a place called Jer.com, or message me on Twitter. A place called Jer is my handle, or message me on Instagram. I might not be able to respond, but I read everybody's messages, but I might be able to respond depending on like time that I have. So please be understanding. If you have an immediate need, please seek professional help, because I am not a professional by any means. Okay, that is all I got. I love you all so much. thank you for letting me be raw, and thank you for watching. And like I said, I believe in you to succeed and do anything you want to do in life. I believe in you, regardless of how down and out you feel. Baby steps, and you can overcome this. I believe in you. I will talk to you soon. Love you so much. Bye.